Good morning, everybody. This is your two-star double platinum, two-time I-10 card holder, Sarah Rogers. Today, what I'm going to be showing you guys very briefly is how to make a group block setup for a group cruise via Carnival. Now, with Carnival, in order to make a group cruise block, you will need at least eight cabins. Okay, so if you don't have 8 cabins in your group, you will not be able to make a group block or group booking. Okay, now a lot of the times people may have 6 or 5, even 7 rooms. I would go ahead and make that block because, guys, all you have to do is sell 1 or 2 more rooms in that block to be able to gain all the benefits of a group booking with Carnival. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how you do this really quickly. Like I said, guys, I'm already logged into Carnival. Okay, so number one, you always want to make sure that you're at goccl.com and you are logged into your travel agent portal. Now, from here, I'm going to go over here to the booking drop down tab and I'm going to create bookings. I'm going to go to group bookings. Okay, now this page is going to look very different than your individual booking. Okay, you will need to have a range of dates selected. So if you know, for instance, the group cruise that your client wants to go in is sometime in, let's just say June, you can go June 1st to July 1st, and it'll pull up all the cruises within that time period, okay? You always want to pick Infinity Group. You'd either have to know the ship or the destination of which your client wants to go to. So more likely than not, especially if you're newer, you'll probably know the area or destination that your client wants to sail to versus the ship. So it may be easier to do selection by destination. I will go ahead here and do Caribbean. And right here, you do have to select whether you're looking for the 2 to 5 day or 6 to 9 day cruise. I'm going to go ahead and just pick 6 to 9 days just to get some filter out of there. And I will go ahead and then hit search. You'll see here, I have all of the cruises that fit the criteria that I set forth in the previous screen, okay? Now, I do like to look at the price range if my client's flexible on this. And it looks as though the lowest category or the least expensive cruise is going to be this Carnival Horizon for 6 days leaving out of Miami. This shows right here is the Western Caribbean. And if you click on this blue hyperlink, it actually will give you the itinerary without having to go anywhere else, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and select this one. I would go ahead and go to over here to select. And here's where you would secure the room types that you want. This is why, again, in your qualification phone call, you need to understand what kind of rooms they are looking for, okay? There is categories, and I discussed this in my Carnival portal training. The different categories, will place them on different decks within the cruise ship, okay? So let's go ahead and pick out some rooms. I'm going to go ahead and hold a total of 8 rooms. So I'm going to go ahead and hit some, I'm going to do 4 interior and then 4 balcony, okay? Again, I'm just selecting random categories because I don't have a real client, so this is just a mock thing, right? Okay, so I'm also going to name my group, okay? Let's just go ahead and name this Sarah's group. You can name it whatever you want, okay? You can name it whatever you want. And I will also put my alternative phone number in there. Oops, never mind. Okay, that's it. I'm just gonna put my group name, okay? All right, so go ahead once you've picked out the rooms that you wanted. Now, of course, depending on, maybe they want more rooms, so you'll want to kind of discuss that with your client and know that going in how many rooms that they're going to want prior to getting to this booking page, okay? Go ahead and hit save and continue. All right, now you see that I have this block created, okay? So what you're gonna have to do is go ahead and hit yes. It's just verifying that these are the rooms and the categories of which you're selecting them in, okay? Go ahead and hit confirm booking. Again, this is just mock booking, guys. Until you have a credit card down on stuff, you're not actually you're not, it's not held specifically, because these will be released back into Carnival if payments are not made on these rooms by a certain date. Okay. Now, with group bookings, you have what's called amenity points. I will go over that, but I do want to go over some of these things on this page so you understand how to read it. Okay. First of all, you have your group booking number right here. This is the confirmation number for the group booking. Obviously, Archer Travel, it's an affinity group. You should see your agent ID number and your last name, okay? And the group number, the group that you named it in, okay? Fun points, this will tell you how many fun points you have. Fun points are really great because you can now add additional complimentary stuff to your group. This is extra stuff that they get for booking the group through you, okay? Voyage information, so this will give you the ship, the sail date, how many days, and you can click here for the itinerary, and you also get the port that it's going in and out of, okay? This is confirming, obviously, the room types that you got, and over here, guidelines is going to show you the payments, okay? So, looks like the deposit required for persons is going to be $25 per person. So if there's 2 people in a room, that's going to be $50 per room, okay? Now, again, over here, you have another payment date in January, $250 per person. Again, if you have 2 people to a room, then this would be $500 per room, okay? And then the cruise must be paid for in full by March 6th. Now, these are deadlines, guys. If people want to pay for the cruise fully, before the pay in full date, they can do so, but they must meet this minimum criteria of payments set by Carnival, okay? Over here, you have some cancellation guidelines. So you can see here, if they cancel by March 7th, they'll be able to get, looks like everything back, the $250 per person. April 11th, they would only be able to get 50% back of what they've paid into per person. May 7th, 75% of what they paid for. And then full penalty, meaning they would not be able to get anything back at that point, okay? So this is talking about the complimentary room. So you get one room based off of 15 full fare guests. So you'd have to have 15 full fare guests, meaning 15 guests in your group cabins to be able to do a complimentary one, okay? So now, let's say you want to, oh, and you'll see right here, if there's somebody's doing a single room, this information, right? Now let's say, hey, Sarah, I have people that are ready to put down for the deposit. You would simply go down to here to make a payment screen. Okay, so here you go. You would go ahead, I want to do a payment on here, right? Now I can enter an amount of payment. Let's say they want to go ahead and put in a net balance, right? This, if you added up all the rooms, right? If you added up all the rooms per person, that $25, that's how much they would owe in order to secure this, okay? So this is just a way to do it at one time without applying the payments to any specific person. Now, let's say that you wanted to go ahead and actually birth the guest, aka you had people that were ready to go ahead and go into this, and you know, you had all of their cruise information, their first, last name, date of birth, all of that. You would be able to go here, and that's where you would be able to shop the code. Now, you're going to get a rate code for your group right here, okay? This one right here is your group rate, okay? You can still shop other rates, but just be mindful that it may not include amenities that are included to your group rate, okay? So it might just be easier just to go ahead and stick with that, unless, of course, you have a client that is getting on, may have their VIPF card, okay? Now, obviously, you'll see here that this tends to be the lowest rate anyways, so you would just go ahead and here, continue. And here you would just kind of make that that booking like you would. Now this is starting to look like the regular booking, right? Like when you go to make the individual booking, okay? So that's how you just follow that as normal. Now, I do want to quickly talk about our fun points, okay? Fun points are, again, we have 3. These are extra amenities that you can apply to your group. So if I click here to fun point flexi price, I'm going to get a PDF, okay? It'll give you more details. I'm not going to go into all of that right now. What I'd like you to see is the menu, okay? Now, you see here that there are points given to the amenities, right? So I'm doing 6-day cruises, right? A 6-day, so I would look in this 6-day category right here to understand how many is what point, okay? Now, 6-day cruise, I can do the Bon Voyage, sparkling cider and chocolates. This means every room that is in my group booking, if I wanted to apply this fun point, would get this into their would get this amenity in their stateroom. Now, let's say I know my group likes white wine. Maybe I might want to do that instead, right? Let's see here. I can have a Carnival tote bag for 1 point added to every single room. How about this? A shared cocktail party for your group, guys. It only costs you 1 fun point, okay? If you really want to do something private, then you can do 2. But me personally, I would like to just use 1 point because then I have now other points that I can use, right? Let's say you want to be able to offer them additional onboard credit. You could use 2 points and offer them $25 per stateroom, okay? You can even use your fun points to offer them upgrades for their rooms. Or how about this? How many of you would like extra bonus commission? 3 points right there for extra bonus commission. As you can see, there's a lot of different cool things that you guys can do with your points, okay? But this is kind of where you can see what these fun points can be used for, and all of that, okay? All right, so that is pretty much it. That is the gist of it, as far as the real simple breakdown of it. This was asked by request, so I wanted to go ahead and put this together for you guys so that you guys would be able to see this, okay? Here is obviously the modified grouping. So you could increase the request of rooms, meaning that you could go, this is where you would go to put in more cabins into your block, or you can decrease, okay? You can modify your amenities. So this is probably where you would modify your fun points, you see? Okay, you can go ahead and modify your fun points. This is where you would go ahead and apply your fun points as well, okay? So go ahead and go back to that. All right, this would be a guest list. So once you have birth people into staterooms, birthing means, guys, all birthing a guest means that you're now assigning a guest to a particular cabin within your block, okay? You're basically doing a booking for them, okay? Alrighty, guys, so that is pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and cancel this group booking since I'm not really doing one. And that is it, okay? Alrighty, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate this. And we will go ahead and catch you on the next one. Bye, guys.